everybody, I'm Vasel, and today we're taking a look at 6 small card games. Yeah, we're just going to take a look at each one and tell you what I think about them. From some bad, some good, here we go. Cat Avenue is a game about cats and collecting cats. That's kind of a fun aspect, I guess, if you're trying to collect a bunch of cats. And how will you collect cats? By moving around a circle. Okay, well, that's kind of the mechanism. Let me show you. There's piles of cat cards, and you have several of them in the middle with a cat token next to them. Each player is going to have a white and black paw, as well as a cat, and this keeps track of your money. And then you also have a secret, private objective, and public and in-game objective and end-game objective. So what you're going to do on your turn is you're going to play one of your cards next to on either side of the 2 cards in the middle. You'll then take the other card and add it to your hand, and then you're going to move based on what the paws look like. 2 white paws mean you stay where you're at. 2 black paws mean that you're going to move around the circle 3 spaces. So in this case, 1, 2, 3. I don't know why I want the snake, so I probably wouldn't have done that. But if I was here, maybe I would have went 3 and taken this card. Here I pay 2 coins. I get to keep this card, which is worth 5 fish. You're trying to get to a certain amount of fish to end the game. That depends on the number of players. That's how you win, is getting fish. You'll see some cats give you fish based on the number of that particular cat that you have. Some things are going to give you money, but you lose fish. The snake, there's all kinds of different things. And the rule book comes with a full listing of what every cat does. Let me show you some more of the cats, especially for those of you who love cats out there. Look at all these cute. Those aren't cats. That's a cat hanging out with baby seals. That cat fights crime. Anyway, that's pretty much the game. You're just going to keep manipulating those paws. That will show you the movement that you have. You'll always play one card and pick one up and trying to get to a certain number of fish. Here's the thing. I really like the idea of putting the white paw and the black paw, putting out a card, and then pulling it back. It gives you some options. Now, sometimes you don't have a ton of options. If there's 2 white cards out there, for example, and both cards you have in your hand are white, not much you can do. But if you have a black card in your hand, you can put it on one side or the other. You have 2 options. If there's a black and white card out there, though, you have a little bit more options. You're never completely sure. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter if I can choose between 1 and 3. If both options are bad, who cares? And there's a lot of cards in the game that kind of take that cards. The game itself, a lot of translation needed to go through all that. But even beyond that, it seems like there wasn't enough good cards. And so while I like that main mechanism of putting out the paw, I think it's a neat idea. The game itself just was pick up cards, pick up cards, pick up cards. Whoever picks up cards the best wins. Not very good, unfortunately. So Cat Avenue, for me, is just a 5 out of 10. Cute artwork, really cool mechanism, the paw thing in the middle. But unfortunately, the rest of the game doesn't live up to that. Rove Jr. is the junior version of Rove. This is a game from Button Shy, very small little card game, 18 cards, and you are simply kind of like doing a puzzle. It's a solo-esque game, and so here's how it plays. This is your submarine, basically. You have 4 things. You'll shuffle them randomly, put them here, and then you have a mission that you need to do. You need to accomplish 7 missions to win this game. And so you have Brain, Gizmo, Widget, and Servo. You'll have a deck of cards, and in these cards, you're going to pick one of these to move one of these modules. Your goal is to make this pattern here. So maybe, for example, I will play this card here, which lets me move this green one over here. You can move over other modules and stop after them. But see, I cannot now move this one up like this. Well, I can. You can be connected as long as you're connected at the corners. But if you're ever not connected at a corner, it does not work. And then hopefully I can find one that lets me move a yellow one, the yellow one over here, and then the brown one over here. Now that was probably not the most efficient way to do it, but I've accomplished this mission. What you do then is you're going to take your deck, the top card, cover up that you finish this mission, and have a new mission you're working on. So your deck is now smaller. And you have to do 7 of these missions to win. So you're going to have fewer cards to work with each round. You can keep shuffling and go through the cards, but you better accomplish 7 missions. And that's how you win. If at any point you can't finish that with your leftover cards, then you lose the game. You can also play an advanced one where you have the ability, you'll start with each of these has an ability, and you can use it once per game to flip it over, although you'll have a smaller hand of cards to work with. So the artwork is cute. I've actually played Rove Jr., and I've also played Aqua Rove, which is very similar to Rove. This is obviously an easier game than the bigger one, although I will say, even though it says Rove Jr., I played this for a bit and kind of enjoyed it. On advanced mode, for sure, but I think this is one for anyone. But this is good for teaching kids logic. Move this to here, move that to here. That's the fastest way to do it. These are the cards that you have. Got to be careful, though, because you're losing a card every time you complete a mission, and man, it's not fun when you lose that card that lets you move all four. Also, when you use the special abilities, the right time to do that, the fact that this game easily fits into a pocket, makes this, I think, one of the better button shy games. So Rove Jr. for me is a 7 out of 10. Works nicely. Check it out. Mega Jackpot is a game based on slot machines, the old style slot machines, not the new ones with colorful graphics and all that, where you're trying to get 777. And that's what the game is. There's not a lot more to it than that. Let me show you. In this game, you're trying to make money. Everyone starts with a few money cards of 1s and 2s. And you have a slot machine here with 3 piles. On your turn, you're going to pick 1 or 2 cards. You can pick 1 card and put it face up on any pile of your choice, or you can pick 2 cards and at the same time put them on 2 piles. So the cards show you what could possibly be on the other side. So I want to get 3 rings. So I'm hoping there's a ring on both of these cards. Boom! Jackpot. So when you get the jackpot, I can cash out and take these 3 cards here, or I can try to get a mega jackpot. And then you'll turn over one of these tiles. If you get the genie, you get to take all the cards in here. That would be kind of dumb at the beginning of the game. And if you get the monkey, you don't get the jackpot, and these cards are going to go into here where they will be waiting for someone else to pick them. Now, as you play cards, let's say I want to get 3 of these, so I say, and I pull from here, and I don't get a jackpot. I can pay money to one of these piles over here to spin again. And then I can pull, and now I got a jackpot. Each time you pay, though, you have to pay 1 money of the higher types. So you can see I have 5s here. This gives me 3 spins. I could pay 1 apple, 1 ring, and 1 of these. And you're going to keep going. Now there's 7s here, are amazing. And if you ever have a jackpot of 7s, and there's a few of them on the cards, and you go for it and you flip over this, you win the entire game. The game's over. Otherwise, we keep going to one of these piles. It's completely emptied. And at that point, you just count up your money, and whoever has the most money is the winner. This game is lucky beyond belief. I mean, yes, you can choose which cards, you can choose to spin again, but at the end of the day, you're just guessing what's on the back of those cards. At the end of the day, you're guessing if I should take one of these tiles and turn it over and get the genie or the monkey. But, all that being said, I was amused by it. Not amused enough to give it a 7. This game just gets a 6 from me. But I didn't hate it, and it's also really, really short. I don't know that I would buy it or even recommend to buy it, because who is this for? Kids? I don't know that I want to teach kids how to be the best at playing the slot machine. But also, I don't know that adults are going to love this idea of just flipping cards over. But if you are trapped into a game of this, I don't know. There was something about it that just made me smile, flipping the cards over. So the game is what it is. You know from the overview if it's the kind of game you would like or not. That's Mega Jackpot. Burger ASAP. Ooh, I would like a burger right now. We all know how that is. You go, you order your burger, and you're like, why are they taking so long? This game, which I'm going to just spoil part of it here, comes in a terribly sized box. I mean, this is, one of those boxes here. This is not going to last well. Blue Orange usually has really good quality. I know this is thematic to look at this box, but terribly. Anyway, it's a kind of a puzzle game that everyone's doing at the same time. Let's show you. In this game, each player is going to get 7 burger cards. They have double sides on them. And you're going to turn over an order card for everybody to work on. And everyone is going to be trying to make this card at the same time. So, I feel like I made that one over here on this side. Now I got to make the one on top here. I got bacon and lettuce and another bacon. And, that doesn't fit there. So now I got to figure out how to do that. This card goes down here, and then this one goes here, and done. Here's the thing. You have to use every card. You can cover up cards. Like, for example, this would be a legitimate sandwich. I can cover that up. And this is an easy one. This is a level 1. There are level 3s, which are trickier because you're going to have to flip things around until you find the right combo. First person gets the card, gets that many points. You're going for either 5 or 7 points, depending if you're playing with the level 3 cards or not. That's how you play. Burger ASAP is a game which is really, really quick. You're just trying to figure things out. I like these kind of games that are puzzles, that are 2 sides, and they have, this is not, totally unique, but, like you have the burger and a bun, and that definitely goes there. But there's another card with burger and bun, and I need to put that one there because I need to flip this one over. And the fact that the cards can cover each other up makes this one amusing. Bad packaging, but a quick little game for kids, puzzles, and it has that flaw that many of these games do, that if someone's just better than everyone else, they're going to win every single time. But if you're kind of around equal levels, you might find it to be partially amusing, so I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Tokkuri Taking. So this is, it says here, I'm going to read you the text in the back of the box. Dinosaurs love sake. Some even theorize that a huge sake party is what caused their extinction. Oh, okay. And you know what? Once I open this box, you're never going to hear about dinosaurs again. It's such a weird thing that dinosaurs are written here. Anyway, this is a game that involves math and drinking. Let me show you. Each player has a bunch of cards in their hand. The back of every card shows a bottle of sake. The front shows usually numbers on them, although there is the troublemaker. You're going to play one of them face down in front of you and fill it up with 10 sake. On your turn, you have 3 options. Passing, which you can only do if there's nothing else to do. You can play another bottle in front of you if you want to and fill it up to 10. Or you can play a card. So if I play this card, for example, that means I drank 9 sake from one bottle and 4 from another. So I might make mine go down to 1, and another player's go down here to 6. If I cannot do that, these have to be 2 different bottles, I can't play the card. And can you see there's some cards that might just be 8 from anyone's bottle, but this one's 8 from 3 different bottles. Now, if you empty a bottle completely, make it go down to 0, then you're going to get a score point at the end of the round. Some cards will give you an extra point. For example, this one says if you use this card to empty multiple Tokkuri, you get an extra point. And so there's various things. There are dummy bottles that you can play, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're kind of using math to kind of try to have the right card and then make your bottle go down. At the end of a round, after everyone's passed, you're going to see who won. Each empty sake you've done is worth 1 point. Each sake that's not at level 1 and 2, 1 or 2 you're safe, but if you're 3 or 10, then you're going to you're going to lose 2 points from your score. So you're going to add up, and whoever has the highest score, everyone else is going to give them chips. Everyone starts with 10 chips that are the difference between the 2 scores. And so you're going to keep going until someone runs out of chips. Most chips then is the winner of the game. So Tokkuri Taking is a very weird game. You're like, okay, so I have the 888 card. I can make everyone's go down to 8 because I have a 2 card next turn. But I might be setting them up, but also I don't really know. I'll play this. And at the end of the day, I'm not sure there's any strategy in this game because you literally don't know what cards your opponent have. You're just playing cards out, trying to make them go down. You have to work on other people's. But it is an amusing way to pass time. I'll give it points that it's unique. The idea of the sake going down and you have to be, I don't know what's going on. You're all just drinking out of each other's jars or something. And it's good for counting. Although, I'm not like, hey, everybody, you want to learn some math with your kids? Let's get a game about drinking sake. No, I don't know that that's what I want either. But if you're looking for a game that's different and unusual, this is one I would check out. I found it to be okay, mostly because it's hard to do any real-time planning, and I give it a 6 out of 10. And the theme, what is going on? How did those dinosaurs even lift the sake to their mouth? It's in their arms. I don't want to figure that out. That's Tokkuri Taking. Flowers is a game about, well, flowers, I suppose. There's tiles with 1 through 4 of 4 different colors. Wow, that's unique. And you're building a grid in front of you. Also unique. Let's see how it plays. In this game, you're going to make piles of cards based on the number of players. I'm actually pretty amused by the little measuring thing they have there. You have 3. 1 is going to be face down. The other 2 are face up. Each player gets a card in front of them. And on your turn, you will take a card, whether one of the face up or face down, and put it next to your grid below. So I might pull this one, and I'll put that one there, and then put this one here. on my next turn, etc. And you're going to keep doing that until the cards are gone. At the end of the game, each player is going to score theirs. You're going to check the numbers first. Each number must be in a group of that number, and no more, no less. So 2s, that's fine. Here I have 2 4s. That's not part of a group of 4, so those are both out. I got 3 3s. This is only 1 2, so that's out. 4 4s, I'm fine. A 1, 2 2s, and a 1. So the rest of this is fine. You're going to lose a point for each card you pulled out. Then any group that is 5 or more will score you 1 point for that group. So 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5 6. I'll get those points, and also butterflies will score you points if they're next to the color of the butterfly. You'll take your positive points, subtract your negative points, and whoever has the highest score is the winner. Amusingly enough, even though I'm like, who cares what this looks like, this is a pretty interesting game. I like the idea of taking these flowers and putting them in the grid in front of you. It's harder than you think because you're building 4s, and then you'll see a 4 there, and you're like, should I start another group of 4s? You need to get the groups of colors up to be 5 or more, which is pretty tricky. There's not a lot of points scored in this. Your main goal is to score some points and then try to score no negative points. 1s are great. They go anywhere. Well, almost, because 2 1s next to each other ruins that too. And then the butterflies are more, we always were drafting the butterflies. I believe butterflies are only on 4s though, which makes them a little trickier. But you're just taking cards, building a little grid. The game does not overstay its welcome. It's just nice. It's pleasant. And I enjoyed it. I give it a 7 out of 10 because it's just easy to throw out there, draft the tiles, and put them out. And so, yeah, I don't know that I want to play it all the time, but if you have some time to spare and you're putting, there's a lot of these games you put things out in grids. This one isn't particularly too hard. I'm just sitting there, and it's very tactical because I'm like, well, I'm hoping to get another red 4. I hope one shows up. I can draw one of these 2 face-up ones or draw that face-down one. And it just kind of goes, you score, and you're done. You don't even need the score pad that comes with it, frankly. You can add it up pretty quickly. So I like this one, a gentle game, if you will. That's flowers. All right, folks. Well, there you have it. 6 games. Nothing amazing. Nothing too terrible either. But maybe you might be interested in them. If you have different comments on them or thoughts on any of these games, let us know in the comments. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video from the Dice Tower. Hey, you want to learn more about us, communicate with us? We have a Facebook group, we have a Discord channel, lots of different ways to get involved with the Dice Tower. You can find that in our Linktree link below. So just click that, it will take you and you can communicate with us on Facebook, join our Facebook groups. There's lots of cool things that you can find and become part of the Dice Tower. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Vasel.